It's the director of The Raid. It's Tom Hardy. And it's Christmas. Havoc on Netflix now. Tell us about it.
This is apparently the #1 movie on Netflix right now. Like when I went to watch it just now, I did not have a hard time finding it because it says #1 in movies. I'm like, how? Like there's got to be better stuff out there on Netflix than this. I don't know why this is #1 movie on Netflix right now, but please watch something else. Literally watch anything else.
Oh, ouch. Okay.
Ooh, ouch. Yeah.
Your son just started a gang war. They just want to shoot him dead. That's the end of his story.
I make one phone call. You go down for life. Get him back.
I'm going to try to describe Havoc to you. We're playing catch up with it. Some folks asked us for it. It is out there. It's been there for a few days, and it is, a Tom Hardy movie. So we like Tom Hardy. So I'm going to try to describe it, but it's super convoluted. Tom Hardy is a detective in an unnamed city. This is all shot in Wales. Gareth Evans is a Welsh filmmaker. This is all Wales. I guess it's a giant soundstage they built in Wales.
Okay.
And it is almost Christmas, like December 23rd. And the city is never named, but it's sort of like a heightened kind of grungy metropolis. Like it's not like a hardcore like comic book. It's not like Streets of Fire, not quite, but it's there's definitely like a heightened sense of like griminess to the snow-covered streets and the graffiti and like everything is up to no good, pretty much.
It can't be LA. There's snow.
It cannot be LA, nor is it Hallmark Vancouver. But it's a city where he's a detective, and at the beginning there's this giant chase, which for me is the highlight of the whole movie. Is this big chase involving an 18-wheeler full of appliances and a whole bunch of cops who are chasing after it. And it's thrilling. Like this is the director, as you said, of the Raid movies who really knows how to stage action. Very elaborate, immersive action set pieces that really put you in the middle of it with some exciting camera work. And they get gnarly, they get bloody. So there's something involving this truck and the drugs that are on it and these Chinese gangsters and Forest Whitaker as the mayor, who is clearly corrupt, but the cops are there for him. And so everyone kind of owes everybody something else. And it all goes wrong over this drug deal and the people who witnessed the shootout that made it all go wrong. Anyway, all of it is just this very flimsy structure for Tom Hardy to just shoot a lot of people. And for a whole bunch of like long action sequences, it gets very repetitive.
Cinema.
It is the cinema. There's art involved. There are some cool camera work here and some transitions here and a couple of long takes. And there's a very long action sequence in a club where like all the different factions here kind of converge in the bottle service area. And there's very clever use of like a meat cleaver, for example. So I think if you want that kind of thing from the director of the Raid movies, that is there. But eventually these shootouts get so long, so repetitive, and it's just like, again, the most improbable thing where someone can fire 1,000,000 bullets and not hit Tom Hardy or Timothy Olyphant, but everybody else dies and crazy body flinging, blood on the camera. So I just found it kind of numbing and kind of exhausting, but maybe that's a feature, not a bug.
I agree with you that like the last 20 to 30 minutes, it's kind of like, enough already. It's the kind of thing where like you can tell there are characters who don't often handle firearms. And so they're not going to shoot someone once when they can shoot them 10 times, literally. That wears out a bit. And plot wise, this is like, it's far too complicated for its own good. And there's too many moving pieces, but that nightclub sequence is pretty great. Like it's not as good as the hammer on the subway scene in the Raid Redemption, but it's up there. It's up there, I think. Tom Hardy with a lead pipe and the actress who plays Mia with the cleaver. Like that's a fun sequence and it's choreographed and it's, Evans, he is in his element, I think, giving you all of that stuff. And maybe it's because I had already been told by a friend of mine that like, this is not like peak Evans, but it's okay. And because the Netflix bar is so low when it comes to like big action movies with big stars in them, like, I don't know how many tedious things I've sat through that had, like Ryan Reynolds or one of the Chris's, or
name that Chris.
any Chris, doesn't matter, or Ryan Gosling in it. So on that level, I think it's far superior. On the Gareth Evans scale, it is not his best work overall, but there were enough moments sprinkled throughout. I mean, Luis Guzman is in this. Like, how cool is that? So I was entertained more than I wasn't, but I agree with you. By the end of it, it's just like, it is literal overkill, and you want it to be done already.
Is there any point in even trying to follow the plot? Basically, it's just like everyone's trying to kill everybody else.
I mostly gave up on it. I pretty much like, it's like, okay, so everybody is after Tom Hardy because he's trying to save the mayor's son so he can get out of the mayor's thrall. But the cops are after the mayor's son. The Chinese drug lords are after the mayor's son, and maybe somebody else. I don't even know. But yeah, there are I was here for the set pieces, and the set pieces mostly delivered. So, I'm going to recommend it on that level. This is not a great movie. This is not a patch on the Raid and the Raid Redemption, which if you've never seen, oh man, as Roger would say, do I envy you getting to see it for the first time? So yeah, this is, meh.
I mean, you comparing it to the other Netflix action movies, though, it is grimier and like shockingly more violent. Like there's sort of a glossy detachment to all of those other Red Notice movies. True. There's a visceral kind of like startling punch to this one. Yeah, that is like
shootings and stabbings and
whoa, like really like creative kills. There's a whole thing involving Tom Hardy walking through like a hallway with a hook. Like things he does with like a metal hook to people die in really, really gnarly creative ways. So I will give it that. Sure. But after a while, it's just like, oh my God, like how many more people are in this movie? And like if you are part of this gang and you see that everybody in your gang is being murdered in like ridiculously bloody ways, like why would you rush in?
There's now suddenly room for promotion,
I guess so.
The two tiers above me are now eliminated. So if I can get through this alive, I'm at least middle management now,
Yeah. And I guess there is like a little bit of fun in like Tom Hardy and Forest Whitaker, like trading exposition about the ways that they owe each other favors. Yeah. Because everyone, like they are also overqualified for this,
Oh, far. Yes. No question. And Timothy Olyphant too.
For sure. And Luis Guzman. He was a bright spot in an otherwise extremely dour movie. All right. I'm going to say like a 4.6. And that's just for those couple of action sequences.
I'm a 6.2. I mean, okay. I'm not going to die repeatedly on the hill of this movie, but I think that as Netflix premiere action movies go, it's got a lot going for it.
Have you seen Havoc? Should you see Havoc? Probably not. Let us know.